mustn't worry yourself. Promise me.
I can't help it.
You must help it. There's nothing to fear from Michael Steppings. Nothing at all.
What the hell's wrong with you? Finding out what those numbers meant was a good piece of work.
It was a lucky guess. What would happen to her if we did put him away?
Ah, that's it, is it? The girl. That's got nothing to do with you, see. Anyway, we haven't even charged him yet. Never mind put him away.
No, you're right. But it's not just the girl. There's the whole question of why he ignored the other two people he threatened. Steppings isn't stupid, and yet we're to believe that he forewarned his victim by sending him anonymous letters. You can have a solicitor present, you know that.
Will a solicitor get me out of here?
No. On the evidence I have, I can hold you for 36 hours and then apply for an extension, if necessary.
In the hope that I'll eventually confess?
Something like that.
I didn't kill him, Mr. Morse.
I'd like you to do something, Mr. Steppings. You said that at the time of the murder, you were in a pub from just before 8 o'clock till after 9. Now, I can take you there to see if anyone remembers you, but only if you agree to go.
You're asking me to take a great chance. That pub was crowded.
You said a woman spoke to you.
Yeah, she asked me to shift my jacket so she could sit down. That's all. And then she said something about how busy the pub was. I told you this. Just now, I don't have an alibi. So what? I didn't do anything. If I go to that pub and they say, we haven't seen him here, it might look bad for me.
It looks bad either way. If you don't go, we might reasonably assume you're afraid to because you weren't there. You think about it, Mr. Steppings.
Chief Inspector. You don't like this, do you?
No.
Well, if it makes it any easier, I know it's the job. You could do something for me. Ever since Avril's been in hospital, I've never missed a day. I'd like to know that everything's all right.
Mr. and Mrs. Hart, this gentleman has told us that he came here last Tuesday evening, shortly before 8, and he stayed till just after 9. Can either of you remember seeing him in the pub?
I can't, no. But that doesn't mean he wasn't here. The pub gets pretty crowded that time of night.
I understand.
No. No, he was here.
You're sure, Mrs. Hart?
It was his clothes. His suit. Not that one, but one like it. Expensive looking, I mean. I remember thinking that when I served him.
Jesus. My suit.
You're sure about the time and the day?
I'm sorry. I only know it was recently.
Mr. Morse?
It's not enough.
But it had to be that night. I've never been in here before or since. Well, for God's sake, she recognised me. What more do you want?
Take it easy, Mr. Steppings.
Take it easy. I came here in good faith. Don't tell me to take it.
Michael Steppings?
Yes?
What is it, Mrs. Hart?
He's right. It was Tuesday night, though I'm still not sure about the time. You lost something.
No, I didn't lose anything.
Yes, you did. Your checkbook. A customer handed it in. A woman. She was sitting next to you and noticed it after you left. She said she went after you, but you drove off.
This woman saw Mr. Steppings leave.
Yes.
Where's the checkbook now, Mrs. Hart?
I kept it for a couple of days, thinking he'd come back for it. When he didn't, I posted it to his bank in Oxford.
Could still be in the post office.
Get on to it, Lewis.
Could I use your phone?
Yeah, I'll show you in the office.
Mrs. Hart, we'd like you to come with us to the station.
Why do you have to have the checkbook now? Can't you take her word for it? Wait till it turns up?
If the woman handed the book to Mrs. Hart, her fingerprints will be on it. They might help us to trace her. At the very least, they can confirm her identity if we find her.
But can't you tell me any more? I understand. Yes, thank you, Chief Inspector. But please let me know what happens.
Was that Morse?
Yes, I inquired about Steppings.
Has he confessed?
No. Morse mentioned some new development, but that was all.
He didn't say what?
No. But I expect we'll find out in due course.
These are the fingerprints on Steppings' checkbook. This is Steppings, which matches the sample we took ourselves. This is Mrs. Hart's and the one we took. These, we suspect, belong to our missing witness.
But what exactly do we know for certain, Morse?
That he was in the pub on Tuesday night. What we don't know is what time he left. Normally, Brewster arrived home around 8:40. Now, to be there in time to kill him, Steppings would have had to leave the pub at 8:20 at the latest.
Nothing from criminal records yet, sir.
Well, that settles it. You better try for a television then.
Cheer up. We might get lucky.
I don't know, Lewis. There'll be 1,000 reasons for her not to come forward. What if she's a married woman? She might not want her husband to know she spoke to a strange man in a pub.
She asked him to move his jacket.
And went on to say the pub was crowded.
It was. The landlord said so.
But that's not the point, is it? Her second comment was unnecessary, voluntary. She was out on her own, Lewis. Good God, do I have to spell it out?
Well, I am interested in hearing what you have to say on the Madison.
It was obviously a flirtation, Lewis. Innocent, I'm sure. But I doubt if her husband would see it that way.
The Oxford police are interested in hearing from anyone who visited this popular public house on the Wood-Eaton Road, north of Oxford, last Tuesday. You might have noticed this well-dressed man of stocky build with grey-brown hair.
We know the man was in the Black Swan last Tuesday night, and we know he lost an item of value when he was in there. This item was subsequently handed in to the landlady by a woman. We would very much like to speak to this woman and...
What's wrong?
What's wrong? What do you think is wrong? I don't like watching it. What a bloody stupid question.
Hang on. Don't take this out on me. It's just not fair. Must be terrible for you, I can see that. But they've got this Steppings, haven't they? It'll be all over soon.
Now we've got take a couple from the alley. Yeah, would you hold the line? Sarge, this one sounds promising. So, Miss Jeffries. Hello, Miss Jeffries.
Morse. When? Yorkshire? No. Wait till I get there. We've had a call from a Miss Margaret Jeffries who lives in Harrogate. She saw the broadcast and claims to be the woman who spoke to you in the pub. Now, your photograph and the third fingerprint taken from your checkbook have been faxed to Harrogate CID. She's agreed to be interviewed in the morning.
You found it? What if she's some kind of nutter? A crank? I mean, you must get people like that all the time.
We get our fair share, but we have the fingerprint. We have that, Mr. Steppings.
Well, I must say, I never thought I'd see the day.
What's that, sir?
That I'd be trying to get a bookmaker out of jail. And why have I never met this Steppings? That's what I can't understand. I mean, normally these nouveau riche types are hammering on the door of society circles 5 minutes after they move down from London.
What, you mean you've never come across him down at the lodge, sir?
Not quite, Sergeant. What's so funny, Morse?
Nothing, sir. I was just reflecting on what Sergeant Lewis considers to be polite society in Oxfordshire.
I see. Well, you might reflect on this. What happens if Stepping's story is confirmed? Do we have another direction to go in?
No, sir. No, ever since Brewster's death was confirmed as murder, all the facts have pointed towards Steppings. We've had no reason to look elsewhere.
This just comes very simple.
At 8 o'clock this morning, 2 officers from Harrogate CID interviewed Margaret Jeffries at her home. She volunteered to be fingerprinted, and her prints matched those on your checkbook.
Can you say what time I left the pub?
No, she can't.
What? After all this?
Let me finish, Mr. Steppings. She can be certain about the time she went into the pub. She was listening to the 8:30 news as she drove into the car park.
What does that mean?
It means that at the time she sat down next to you, Matthew Brewster was arriving home to be met by his killer. You can leave here whenever you want.
Hello, Mr. Steppings. I can come back and do this later if you like.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Nurse? These flowers?
They arrived this morning. There was no card.
I'm sorry I've been away. I'm so sorry.
David! David! David, where are you?
Everything all right?
Yeah. There were some fresh flowers in Apple's room.
I hope you don't mind. I was passing a florist. I saw them and I sent them.
This is a nice place. You know, I've got 2 things in this world, Mr. Morse. I got Avril, and I got money. And I can never give you my girl, but Maybe this.
Mr. Steppings.
Just put your name on it, it's yours. I got 10 times that amount last time I looked. I won't miss it.
I was going to say that what I did, that's my job.
This is not for what you did. This is for the flowers. All the time my girl's been there, you're the first person to treat her as though she's still alive.
It's very generous of you, but I can't accept it.
You could go anywhere you like.
Yes, I could. But what would I do when I get there?
It's a pity you don't gamble, Mr. Morse. Cards should be your game. Mind you, if you ever do take it up, remind me not to sit in with you.
What will happen to Avril?
I'm not stupid, Mr. Morse. I know I can't keep her like that forever, but I can't let her go right now. When I was in that cell, I kept wondering what would happen to her if maybe I didn't get out. I cursed myself I haven't sent those letters, but I had to get back at them some way.
But why just Matthew Brewster? Why not his wife or the nurse, Hazlitt?
Well, I suppose the Brewsters could share his. As for the nurse, well, that would have been a dead giveaway, wouldn't it? I was never that drunk.
Why would the nurse cover up for them?
That's a good question, Mr. Morse. When we were preparing the court case, my QC hired a private detective to talk to other patients and have a look at the Brewsters. Anyway, this character comes back and says he thinks Matthew Brewster, Wendy Hazlitt, are having an affair. Brewster was a regular visitor to her flat, he says. If they were lovers, that would explain why she covered up for him, wouldn't it? That's my theory, anyway.
I don't know, it's a private detective. They tend to spice up their reports.
Yes, but if Brewster and the nurse were having an affair, this could be a crime of passion, couldn't it?
Well, if it was, can we stop at the nurse? It was Claire Brewster. She might have found out about it.
She's an unlikely killer, Lewis, especially given the way it was done, tied and gagged. And then there's this theory about the aqualung. It's highly doubtful, given her condition.
Ah, Chief Inspector, do come in.
Thank you.
Would you mind coming through to the kitchen, please? You have some news.
Yes, I do. We've released Michael Steppings. He had an alibi.
I am relieved it's not Steppings. Coffee? So, what will you do now?
That depends on the outcome of this conversation.
I don't understand.
Dr. Brewster, it's been suggested to us that your husband may have had an affair with Wendy Hazlitt. I have to know if that's true if I am to conduct this inquiry effectively. Can you tell me if that's true?
Yes, Chief Inspector, it was true. Well, Wendy is a young, attractive woman. And sometimes when a husband and wife work and live together, they can become a little tired of each other's company.
Were they still seeing each other prior to your husband's death?
No, they were not.
When did the affair end?
About 2 years ago, when Wendy left the clinic.
Were there recriminations?
I understand Wendy had some idea of a future for herself with Matthew, yes. And when he chose to end the affair, she had difficulty accepting his decision. But what has this to do with Matthew's death?
Perhaps nothing. I'm sorry I had to ask.
Oh, you needn't be, Chief Inspector. As I said, it was over a long time ago.
Of course.
Sergeant Lewis.
That's right.
I'm Wendy Hazlitt. You asked to see me?
Yeah. Is there somewhere we could talk?
Yes, why don't we go outside?
Miss Hazlitt, you and Matthew Brewster, your relationship was more than just professional.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Ah. Can you tell me where you were on the night he was murdered?